What up, what up, what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is up? They went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these pants on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Or you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to stop. I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation. I tried to find out if Lil Bird was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. What he had on looked like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Beyonce Van Zap's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Get me up in my DMs. I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap, something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I like it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy. Okay, I'm here. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm late, y'all. I'm late. I know. Listen, I got a call from family that went longer than it was supposed to, and I couldn't get off the phone. Just a mess. It was just a mess. But I'm here, y'all. Hey. Yours truly is here. I apologize. Hey. Let me put in the members only chat that I am live. I apologize, y'all. I am real late today. I was about a good 15 minutes late today. Oh God. Let me see if I can put this in the members only chat. That's not what I clicked. Don't do that. All right. Listen, y'all. And you know what's so sad, y'all? The dossier is. I had to just start taking stuff out of the dossier because it was just so much going on. So, yeah. Listen. We just had to take stuff out. So yeah, we're here. Listen. Happy hump day. Hope you get you some humping today. Happy hump day. Hope that you get you some humping today. Let me say hey to y'all as y'all come in the chat. Hey, Diamond Pearl Jim, Tracy W, Jason was good, bruh. Drinks with D. How you doing, Drinks with D? I'm glad to see you here, like always. Are you having fun over there in the members only chat? Drinks with D. Let me know how you feel over there in the members only chat. Um, Mr. Pisces, Miss Kiki, Montrez, what's good, bruh? Montrez, when you gonna come over to the dark side and come over to the members only chat? You missing out on a lot. Hey, Yana Boo, Cherise, Nicole Stevens. I feel like you ain't been here in a few days. Nicole Stevens, where you been hiding? Girl, you know I be looking for you. Hey, Symmetry, what's good, my love? What's going on? Hey, everybody. I am not gonna labor long because I got a lot going on in the dossier. And the dossier is the dossier is yeah, it's real extensive today. So we want to make sure that we get to it and we cover everything that we need to cover in the dossier. It's real extensive today. Right, ain't no humping around. Ain't nobody humping around. I don't even remember the words. That was so long ago. That was like 92. I can't even remember the words. Anyway, hey MVN, what's going on? How's everything? You and Sharice, tell me how everything going on over there on the West Coast. How y'all? Is it still raining out there on the West Coast, y'all? Because y'all know it's been raining a lot out there. Mm-hmm. Cham. Um. Hey, Lemon Kush Pepper. Hey, everybody. It's still cold, rainy, and child. They say it's been raining for like 4, 5 days straight. I don't know what's going on over there. What y'all got going on? So listen, let's go ahead and we're gonna have to dive through these things quickly. However, like I promised yesterday, we are going to start with our sugar moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary gender conforming members of our audience, I bring to you your sugar spike segment. Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So love now, I want to fight. That he gave his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. Listen. Hey Raphael, what's going on? So listen, I got quite a few sugar spike moments today, y'all. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I can't eat much lie to you. The sugar spike moments are aplenty today. So that's why I wanted to make sure I started off with our sugar spike moments today, because I don't want some of these stories are too important. You know, we can do the celebrity gossip and all of that good stuff. We could do all that. However, you know, the pop culture celebrity got all of that. But you know, this channel wasn't made off of the backs of that. This channel talks issues that we need to discuss amongst us as black people. You know, this channel discusses politics. This channel discusses racism, bigotry, discrimination, and we will not neglect that. So I want to make sure that I always emphasize that that's what we do over here. That is what we do. What's going on, Cams? What is good? What is good? You feel like Noah without the art, child. Hey, Marla Morris, back from my D plus underachieving doctor's appointment. Oh, I could have stayed home with herbs and turpentine for health for medical advice. Child. Well, Marla, you know we got some medical experts in the building. You know they'll pop out every now and again. You got Yana, you got Janae, you got a couple medical experts around here. They'll help you out now. So once again, I tried to do right and get y'all some pictures and stuff. So let's switch to the one we had yesterday. I like that one we had yesterday. So let's present the screen. There we go. So Let's start right here. You see it. Oh, you see it. What what are we looking at? That is something that was being sold at Walmart, and it's called the Walmart Black Sister doll. Is a heavy set black woman. You see, they have the over exaggerated lips and all of that stuff. They have the watermelon. Excuse me. They have the watermelon. They have handcuffs. They have fried chicken. It's just I don't know what y'all want. I don't know. I don't know what y'all want from me. This is what y'all got going on during Black History Month. Happy Black History Month to you. Like, I don't know. Hey, Brittany Janae. I don't know what y'all want from me. Hey, Volvo. Hey, Cookie. Hey, Rainbow. Hey, Cassandra. What do y'all want from me? Happy goddamn Black History Month from Walmart if you need them. I don't know what y'all want from Wally World. Wally World. Wally World say they racist now. They've been racist. Racism now. Racism yesterday. Racism today. And racism tomorrow. That's what Wally World is saying over there. That's what they saying over there at the Wally World. While they're paying black workers, you know, under the poverty line. They're the rates of employment. The compensation there is less than the poverty line, but then they have this going on. I just don't know. There, this technically will fall under a hashtag ABC a bitch can't, because there are so many things wrong here. There's so many ways we can break this down. There are so many. Now, some people are saying that they don't believe that this is real. I don't know. Walmart, you need to release a statement. We need a statement from Walmart, because if this is not your work, Walmart, if this isn't really real, then you need to get on top of this. You need to get in front of this real fast. Real fast. Some people said, I ain't heard nothing from Walmart yet, but some people are saying that they don't believe it's Walmart. And then, but we know corporate America. We know these yet to be United States of America. And we know how racist, discriminatory and bigoted this country is. So I can believe it. Yeah, Brittany Janae, this ain't no go with God. This is go straight to hell. Ninth level of hell. Go straight to fucking hell. You know. I, I'm not Lemon Kush Pepper. I'm not going to even try to figure out who or what this is supposed to be, what type of sick joke this is. However, Walmart, go to hell. I'm not going to tell you to go with God. Go to hell. Okay. This doll is not made in the U.S. That's even worse. That's even worse. Even worse. What always baffles my mind is the um the fact that propaganda that the United States used to make watermelon this bad thing is still working. We talked about that. If you go look at my reviews of Lovecraft Country, we talked about and broke down that whole watermelon thing and why that became such a bad thing, because they didn't want black people to make money, but that after slavery. But that's a whole nother. We can break that down at some other time. We don't have the type of time. We listen. This is a hashtag ABC. Can I get some hashtags ABCs, hashtag ABCs up in here? Because a bitch just can't. I just don't have the time. I don't have the time. I don't have time. A bitch just can't. Hey, Pinky Tiki. Hey, lovely 31 Blueprint. Wally World at its finest. So I teased this story yesterday, and said that I wanted to talk about it today. And I absolutely do. I didn't want to, I don't think I did it justice yesterday because I kind of teased it. Um, but I definitely wanted to talk about it, give it more, um, airtime today. So, uh, let me read this story to you. A Connecticut mother is raising the alarm about the alleged racist culture at a local high school. At a school board meeting last Thursday, Dr. Carol Felder spoke about her children's experience at Westport's public schools, including being called monkeys and the N word by their peers. And that's according to news outlets. Her children attend Staples High School and Bedford Middle School. Quote, this is what the mother said, quote, "It is shocking. It's shocking that black and brown children cannot attend Westport public schools without being harassed by some of their peers. Any human being, let alone a child, would have difficulty experiencing this. And why should they have to?" End of quote. In one incident involving her daughter, who is in seventh grade, a student pointed a prop gun at the back of her head during rehearsal for a show, stating, quote, "This is what happens to people your color." End of quote. The mother also reported that she showed school board members racially offensive text messages that she had found about her daughter. She also said that someone took a photo of the first year student and forwarded it to classmates with a message that said, quote, "There's about to be a hate crime." End of quote. Other parents present at the meeting echoed similar sentiments and backed Dr. Felder's claim. She made it clear that her children's experiences are not isolated, adding that racism is not only a problem in school, but in the town, which is made up of a majority of white people. She challenged the school board to be more proactive in tackling these issues. Quote, "Leave our kids alone." And when I say our kids, I'm talking about any black and brown student who graced the halls of any of your schools. End of quote. That's what Dr. Felder, that's the mother, said. Per outlets, Westport Public School Superintendent Dr. Thomas Scarice acknowledged Dr. Felder's statements and her call for them to improve. The official previously met with some of the parents and said no student should have to endure such treatment. He went on to say that, and this is the superintendent quote, "Let me be clear, we do not tolerate racism and other forms of hate in our schools. When we learn that a student has been targeted based on their identity, we first take steps to ensure that the student is safe and supported. Following an investigation, we take swift, decisive action, and those responsible are held accountable. It is essential that we work together with the entire Westport community so that everyone in our schools and broader community is treated with dignity and respect." That's what y'all got going on. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, Sweet Pea. Hey, Spicy Original. Hey, Therese. Hey, all my pupils coming in. V Carter. Everybody, Lovely 31 Blueprint. Hey, everybody, listen. Put a 27 in the chat if you live in the Northeast. I just want to take a poll. Anybody here live in the Northeast? If you don't live in the Northeast, but you're from the Northeast, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 27 in the chat if you currently live in the Northeast. Put a 1 in the chat if you are from the Northeast. I just want to take a quick poll. Mr. Pisces, ain't you up there in the Northeast? Mr. Pisces, I said people are saying that it may not be real, but Walmart needs to get in front of that. They need to get in front of it. They need to make a statement and get in front of that. So Spicy Original says she's in the Northeast. You know, there's this belief that the Northeast is a little more cultured and a little more woke. That's what people in the South would like you to believe, and that, oh, things are better up there. But the racism up in the North is as heavy latent in the Northeast as it is in the South. Let's be clear. Ask people who grew up in the Northeast, Massachusetts, Connecticut, all of that area up there in the Northeast. There is a lot of racism up there. You ask a lot of basketball players who go and they play, there's a storied history about the racism in Boston with the Boston Celtics. Um Bill Russell talked about what his family had to endure when he, as a while he was a member of the Boston Celtics, both as a player and as a coach. And the racism is deep, deep, deep in that area. And people would think that it's not because, oh, that's the North and it was the dirty South that had slavery. Well, let's be clear. The slavery in the North, I mean, in the South was, was paying for the riches of the North. I mean, let's be clear. Wall Street and the financial district is the place where at one time that was the largest slave auction in America. The largest slave auction in America happened in Lower Manhattan. The first and largest at that time slave auction was in Lower Manhattan on what is known as Wall Street, which was then turned into the financial district because it is the birthplace of finances in this country, and that is on the backs of chattel slavery of black people. Let's just call it what it is. There's a famous Lamone said he in Connecticut. He said the racism here is very covert. Listen, there's a very famous speech by, I believe it was Angelina Grimke. I believe it was Angelina Grimke that did this speech when they had an abolitionist conference in Philadelphia, which was in the North, and they were protesting the abolitionists there. And in her speech, in the middle of her speech, they started to burn the building because they didn't want any abolitionists fighting slavery. And she, in her speech, she changed her speech and started speaking to the fact that slavery was just as latent in the North as it is in the South because she grew up on a plantation. Her parents owned slaves. The Grimke sisters' parents owned slaves. And she talked about the racism and is just as embedded in American culture up here in the North as it is in the South. There's no different, and in some places it's worse. Martin Luther King talked vehemently about some of the worst experiences he had was not in the South and the North. He talked about going to Chicago and being in fear for more in fear for his safety than he had ever been in his whole life. So I believe her. Listen, these people are very racist. I believe her. They do some horrific things up there, but they have this. I don't know where or how that happened, but they have this the people have this notion that somehow it's better up north, and in all actuality, in many cases, it's much worse. Let's keep going. We got a heavy dossier. We can't spend too much time. Who is that? That is Justice Samuel Alito. Why are we talking about Supreme Court Associate Justice Samuel Alito? I'm glad you asked. Well, he's making news today. Why? He is upset. Let me read this real quick for you, real quick, because he's upset. And his homophobia and bigotry is showing rearing its ugly head like it always does. Let me read this. Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito, one of the court's most conservative members, finds it regrettable that potential jurors in a lesbians discrimination case were dismissed for their homophobic religious beliefs. Oh, yes, you heard me. A sitting Supreme Court justice is mad that they didn't allow jurors that were homophobic and religious zealots and homophobes. He's mad that they weren't allowed on a jury in a case that involves lesbians, in a lesbian discrimination case. He's upset that those people weren't kept on the jury. Mhm. Justice Alito joined the court majority in declining to hear an appeal of the matter in Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey, a Republican, because the case, quote, is complicated by a state law procedural issue, end quote. He wrote in an order issued today, yesterday. He went on to write in the court order, quote, but I write because I am concerned that the lower court's reasoning may spread and may be a foretaste of things to come, end of quote. Jean Finney had sued her employer, the Missouri Department of Corrections, alleging discrimination because she is a masculine presenting lesbian and retaliation over a relationship. During jury selection, her lawyer asked if any of the potential jurors went to a conservative Christian church where it's taught that homosexuality is a sin and that gay people don't deserve the same rights as everyone else. Two of the would-be jurors said they did consider it a sin, although they said they supported equal rights for all. The lawyer moved to have them taken off the case. The trial court judge agreed, and the Missouri Court of Appeals affirmed that decision. Um, so Justice Alito is upset that the lower courts upheld the decisions not to allow those jurors on the jury because they were latent homophobes, and this is a case involving someone not having their rights given to them because of their homosexuality. But this is what y'all got. These are the people who you have, you know, dissecting the law and determining what should be precedent in these yet to be United States of America. These people are fucking trash. These people are fucking trash. I can't get. I'm about to get triggered. Let me move on. But we know who he is. We know who he is. In other news, because I told y'all the sugar spiky moments today, they don't. I had a bunch of sugar spiky moments today. Let me tell y'all about this. We got to go to my great state of Florida again. Dear God above. We have to travel down to our great state of Florida. I'm not going to even read the headline. I'm just going to read what happened. This isn't just regular Florida. This is South Florida. This is Broward County. Broward County is the bluest county in Florida. When I say the bluest county, it is the bluest, most liberal county in all of the state of Florida. Hell, there's a city in Broward called Wilton Manors. It's a whole gay city, and I'm not being, hyperbolic saying it's a gay city. That was the whole premise of them forming this city. The whole city council, the mayor, the city council, all of the city employees. I'm not going to say all of them are gay, but most of them are. The mayor certainly is. The whole city council is gay. The whole premise of that city, Wilton Manors, is to have a safe space for LGBTQ people. That's in Broward County. The case that I'm about to read to you comes out of Broward County, the most liberal and bluest of areas in the great state of Florida. I just want to preface and set that up for you. Okay. I want to just set you up for this story. Now, listen to this. Prosecutors in Florida have dropped all charges against a family accused of an alleged homophobic hate crime so savage that it left the alleged boyfriend of one of the male suspects medically blind. The alleged victim was 31 at the time of the attack on August 2nd, 2022. He at first denied any knowledge of his attackers or the motive behind the alleged attack. Now, let me pause right here. Y'all know how I always give y'all these stories. It'll start off you thinking one way, and then by the end you thinking another way, and you're like, wait a minute. There's a whole lot more to this story that we don't know, that we got to find out. This is one of those stories. This is one of those. Wait a minute. I'm trying to, but this is one of those stories. So hold your horse. Just have a seat. Just have a seat. Sit back and relax and listen to this. All right. Let me read that part again because this is important. The alleged victim was 31 at the time of the attack on August 2nd, 2022. He at first denied any knowledge of his attackers or the motive behind the alleged attack. 6 months later, though, he told investigators he was in a sexual relationship with Olay Makarenko, and that the alleged attack occurred after the Makarenko family discovered both their alleged relationship and Olay's sexuality. Olay, his mother and father, Inna and Yevhen Macareno, and brothers Pavel and Vladislav Macareno were originally arrested and charged after allegedly breaking into the alleged victim's residence in Pompano Beach and beating, kicking, and punching him. So the whole family don't went over there. The whole family don't went over there and just beat the boy down to the point where the boy lost his part of his vision. Prosecutors subsequently against dropped charges against one of the brothers after the brother presented proof that he was out of town at the time of the alleged assault. Yesterday, prosecutors dropped all charges against the remaining family members. Quote, the primary issue that has arisen in this case is the lack of evidence and identification of the alleged attackers. End of quote. That's what prosecutors wrote in a closing memo seen by news affiliates. They went on to write in the closing memo, quote, officers who first responded to the scene were suspicious that the victim was not being truthful in what happened to him, end of quote. Following the alleged assault, the man did not call police, but was only discovered by deputies the following day, who saw the door open and investigated while responding to an unrelated call in the area. The victim told police he had fallen after drinking alcohol and that he didn't remember what happened afterward. 6 months later, though, he changed his story and claimed he lied to the police on the scene because he wanted to protect his boyfriend Olay from his family. The Makarenko family steadfastly maintained their innocence throughout the process. When charges were dropped against one of the brothers in January of last year, the boyfriend Olay Makarenko noted the alleged victim had provided investigators with sworn statements saying the brother helped in the attack. Quote, turned out he wasn't there. If that was a lie that was proven and charges were dropped against my brother, what's the probability that everything else in his statement is a lie? End of quote. And that's what the boyfriend, Olay, said to news outlets. Prosecutors wrote in their closing memo they believed a crime occurred, but that a conviction against the Makarenkos was unlikely. The Makarenko family was charged with attempted first degree murder, battery during the burglary of a dwelling, and kidnapping with a hate crime enhancement. They have faced up to life in prison for each of the charges if convicted. Listen, I don't know who to believe. I don't know who to believe. Who do we believe? We believe the victim, because even the victim boyfriend said, "Now wait a minute. Now you done lied on my brother. My brother wasn't even in town. How I know you ain't lying on my whole family? Child, I don't know who to believe. This whole case had me. I read it. I was like, oh, it's a lot going on. What y'all think? I'm gonna follow this. Y'all know this is one of those cases that I like. I like these whodunits and these cases where something's not right here. There's something wrong here. I can't put my finger on it, but in the immortal words of Sophia Petrillo, but if I could, I would have to watch it. I don't know if I believe the boyfriend. I don't know if these people are innocent either. We'll have to see. I'm gonna keep y'all posted. Does any neighbor have cameras of the attack to offer counter proof he was attacked? Wait, what in the Latinx Jesse Smollett? It is like a Latinx Jesse Smollett situation, baby. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened. All I know is the people say, listen, we can't hold these people. We can't charge them with nothing. What do you want from us? What do you want from us? Interesting, y'all. This is real interesting, y'all. I'll keep y'all posted. I'll keep you posted on everything. You know what I'm saying? We'll keep you posted. Mm. Anyway. Oh, wait, no, we went too far, too far, too far, too no. Oh dear God, we're going too far, too far, too far. Okay. All right. No, what just happened there? All right. This is our next story. Our next story is hit the news cycle yesterday, and I got some additional information on it today. All right, so for those of you who been under a rock and haven't been paying attention, the great state of Alabama, where is Harold? That's his state. Where the hell is Harold. Hey Danny, what's going on? Danny, what's going on? So the great state of Alabama is where we find ourselves now. Alabama Supreme Court ruled on Friday that frozen embryos are now considered people. This came in a case, just to give you the Cliff Notes version, this came in a case where there was a one of the medical workers was uh they were doing it, somebody was getting IVF. One of the workers fell, dropped the embryo, ruined the embryo. Family sued, said, oh, that's a life, that's my baby, this needs to be considered murder because that's an actual life. It made its way all the way up to the Alabama Supreme Court, and the Alabama Supreme Court said that yes, a frozen embryo is considered a life. So let me read this article because now Nikki Haley has got into it. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley and said Wednesday, that's today, that frozen embryos created through IVF are in fact babies, siding with a recent Alabama Supreme Court decision that raised concerns among doctors and patients about the future of the procedure. Embryos, she said, quote, embryos to me are babies, end of quote. That's what she said to NBC News in an interview, adding that she used artificial insemination to have her son, a different process than IVF that doesn't present the same complexities around creating embryos in a lab. When you talk about an embryo, you're talking about, to me, that's a life. And so I do see where that's coming from when they talk about that. That was her quote. Classifying embryos as children under state law raises significant questions about whether the practice used by families having trouble conceiving could continue in states like Alabama. Unused embryos are often destroyed, which could open families and clinics up to wrongful death lawsuits under this policy. Storing frozen embryos, meanwhile, is expensive. Later on Wednesday, the University of Alabama at Birmingham announced that it would be pausing all IVF treatments in response to the state Supreme Court ruling. Quote, we are saddened that this will impact our patients' attempt to have a baby through IVF, but we must evaluate the potential that our patients and our physicians could be prosecuted criminally or face punitive damages for following the standard of care for IVF treatments. End of quote. And that's what the university said. Asked if legislation and rulings like the one in Alabama could have a chilling effect on families using IVF to become parents, Haley said, quote, this is one where we need to be incredibly respectful and sensitive about it. I know that when my doctor came in, we knew what was possible and what wasn't. Even women needs even woman needs to know. I'm sorry, every woman needs to know with her partner what she's looking at. And then when you look at that, then you make the decision that's best for your family. End of quote. Thoughts, people. This is a lot.
This is a lot. I, that's a good question, Danny. This poses so many questions. That's a great question. So now a frozen embryo is now considered a whole baby and a life. Mind you, as soon as you birth that child, the great state of Alabama ain't gonna give a shit about that child, especially if that child is black or brown or some other minority. But magically now, when it's frozen before like, what do you want doctors to do? Because now we've talked on this channel about doctors leaving states where they know they can't perform abortions because they don't want to face possible litigations. So we have I don't want to call them abortion deserts, but for lack of a better term, that's all I can call it, because we have areas where you have to travel 8, 9, 10 hours to get to a place where if you wanted to terminate your pregnancy, you can do that. Now you're talking about doctors who are following standard medical procedures where if it's an embryo you're not going to use, they discard it. Could that be considered murder? Could that be considered them performing an abortion? Like, where do we stop here? There's so many questions here. And now we have medical facilities saying right now, yeah, we're stopping all IVF. Don't come over here asking for IVF because we don't know until we, our medical and ethics people, our medical people, our board can figure out what's going on here. We ain't touching it. But don't come over here asking for IVF. Now y'all know what's about to happen. It passed through the Alabama Supreme Court. At least 12 to 15 states right now probably already have legislation already written up and ready to funnel through their legislative process. They looked at Alabama and said, oh, your Supreme Court said okay, all right, good, we got this, we got this, we got this. Like, you know, think of states like Mississippi right next door, Texas, Louisiana. Tennessee wants some parts of that. Tennessee want all parts of that. Tennessee been wanting all the smoke lately. You know, Governor Quasimodo, Sarah Huckabee Sanders is over there chomping at the bit to do to get some parts of this. Come on now. I could think of about 15 states off the top of my head, off rip, that's here for it. They're here for it. This is serious, y'all. This kind of stuff is serious because who's to say it's right next door? If you live in Georgia, who's to say Georgia may not adopt something like this? Between Alabama and Georgia, that's a lot of black people. You add Mississippi to that, that's a lot of black people. And all of these black people are not poor and destitute. There are a lot of wealthy black people in these places that choose to get IVF. That's something that they, for example, what's her name on Bell Collective? What's the girl whose voice get on my nerves? She getting IVF? Doesn't she have embryos uh frozen? What's the girl name? Tambra Cherie. Tambra on Bell Collective. She's in Jackson, Mississippi, right next door. Mm, right. Think about that. Think about that. I'm just saying. But it ain't just Alabama. I'm telling you, there's at least 15 states that's probably jumping on this right now. Probably mad they weren't the one that got it through first. Child, this is a mess. Ladies, this stuff is serious out here. When people kept saying, well, it can't get any worse. Yes, the hell it can. I learned that as a young boy. Never say, well, it can't get any worse. Because I promise you, It absolutely can get worse. It can always get worse. Always. I'll keep y'all posted on this, but this is certainly a hotbed issue. This is going to involve so many questions of ethics, so many questions of certainly scientific and medical ethics. This is going to delve into things Danny talked about with what if we divorce and we got these two embryos? Who gets what? How do we this goes into a lot. A lot. There's so many layers and angles to this. And like I said, many medical professionals and medical, especially in the state of Alabama, some medical facilities have already stopped doing IVF because they don't have they don't know the answers to the questions yet. And rather than run the risk of having, issues legally, they said, yeah, we're not doing this. And so now you have women and men who have embryos trying to figure out what they're going to do. It's a mess. V. Carter says Sophia Vergara was constantly in court fighting her ex-boyfriend Nick over fertilized embryos that she would not consent for him to have. She won the last court battle to not allow Nick to have. But I mean, if it's an embryo, technically it's not in your body. So this is not a case of your body. So it's half the husband and half the wife's, DNA. So it's up in the air. You can't say, oh well, that it's the embryo is mine, because if it were just your egg, it could be yours. But if it's a fertilized embryo, that's both, and it's not in your body, so it's not an issue of my body, my choice anymore. So that becomes a whole different issue. Mm. That this is. There's the other question, Jason. If we go into this thing together, can you charge me child support? Now, there's so many questions. What are we doing? What are we doing, y'all? What the fuck are we doing? Let me move on. I told y'all I ain't got that much time. Where's Tracy C and why she's skipping my class? Where's all of the hall monitors? I got a couple of y'all in here. They is skipping. So this the case, y'all. I've been trying to get to this young man for the last few. Y'all notice the last few weeks I've been trying to get to this young man. I never got to the young man. So since I said I was starting with the sugar spike moments today, I said that I was going to definitely get to this young man today, because we never got a chance to really unpack this young man and all he got going on. Hey, Mamiana, what's going on? So, well, Mamiana, if the husband wants them, then he can have them, can he? I don't know. There are people much smarter than me with legal, with the law degrees and with all types of degrees in medical ethics and legal and law and jurisprudence doctorates and all kinds of stuff that are far more capable of answering this question than I am. I'm just saying. Anyway, so this young man's name is Marcellus Blackwell. That's him. I've been holding this story for about a month. This story goes all the way back to January, y'all. I was supposed to report on this in January and never got round to it. So I'm gonna try and get through it today. So this is Marcellus Blackwell, okay? This is a former St. Louis police officer who has a 36 count indictment. He is accused of a whole lot, y'all. So hold your horses. A group of men came forward accusing 34-year-old Marcellus Blackwell of groping, sodomizing, and other cruel claims of sexual abuse. His exposure began back in June of last year, when he was arrested for sexually assaulting a man whom he handcuffed near a high school, according to court records. In September, he was indicted in federal court on 16 felonies after being accused of groping 8 men he detained. Soon, more victims came out to share their experiences and expanded the list of counts that he was going to be facing in court. The federal indictment includes graphic details of instances in which men accused Blackwell of sodomizing them with his finger and feeling under their clothing without the intent to do a police search. Authorities say they recovered a slew of video and photo evidence of these alleged encounters on his personal and work phones. Some of those photos appeared to be taken covertly in areas like elevators or bathrooms, according to court documents. Hold on, let me just pause. Hold on. Hold on. So what we got is one of the girls is out here. They done gave a girl a badge and a gun and a license to grope. The girl is out here handcuffing people. She look at them. Mama said, "Oh, that look like trade." Mama said, "Get all hot and bothered in her body." And mama start feeling on people. Baby, you shoving fingers up in people's booty hole, up the booty chute. Girl, wait a minute. How did you think this was going to end that you are involuntarily shoving your finger up somebody's booty chute? First of all, sweetheart, dear one, love bug, I just want you to know that when you pull somebody over on the side of the road, these people weren't on their way to go have a bust down. These ain't the people that's done cleaned out or nothing like that. These are people doing all types of whatever they were doing, not preparing to have things shoved into their booty shoots. So it stands to reason that you was up there shoving your finger up people's booty shoot, and your finger was coming out looking like a, a Twix, looking like one of the little bars of Twix. I'm just saying, I don't know what kind of scat play you're into, sir. I don't know what kind of fetishes that you have, sir, but let's be clear. That ain't clean. You shoving your finger up somebody's booty shoot. You then taking and grabbing people underneath their clothing while they're handicapped. And then you were so bold and brazen about it. Bro went out and said, "Oh yeah, I got to get videos and pictures of this because I need this for when I go home and stroke one out. So let me make sure I get a video and some pictures of trade." Now I promise you, I'm gonna tell you how this probably really got out. I promise you, bruh did not keep those pictures to himself. Mama ain't keep these pictures to herself. These pictures made it probably to her, not her Instagram, but probably to her freak Twitter. Mama might have had a Discord group or what's it called? Telegraph, one of those little Telegraph groups or whatever. Discord. Mama might have even had a secret OnlyFans where she was posting the people's dick pictures and shit and booty pictures and shit. You're a sick ass motherfucker. You are sick as hell. You cute, but you still sick as hell. I'm just let me keep going. I ain't even finished, y'all. Now they saying that he tried to cover his ass. And this Jesus God. According to court documents and documents by the FBI, quote, the defendant acting in relation to and in contemplation of a matter within the jurisdiction of the Federal Bureau of Investigations, an agency of the United States, knowingly altered, concealed, covered up, and falsified a record with the intent to impede, obstruct, and influence the investigation and proper administration of the matter. Specifically, the defendant knowingly altered, concealed, and covered up, and falsified an NCPC record by including a false statement In his written report of the arrests, he worked for the North County Police Cooperative for just over a year until the men started coming forward with their testimonies. And that's per the St. Louis Dispatch. He resigned following the first incident. Wait a minute. Bruh. You ain't even wait till you had some time in. You wasn't even vested into the pension plan yet. Bruh, on the first year, that means you was out here from the beginning. Baby, they gave him a gun, a squad car, some taser, some mace, and some handcuffs, and bruh just went wow. Just went wow. He's facing 19 counts of deprivation of rights under color of law and 17 counts of altering records in a federal investigation. The FBI in the city of St. Louis encouraged anyone having knowledge of more crimes that he has committed to dial 314-589-2682 to reach a hotline for any more to reach a hotline, and that's for any more people who wish to come forth and about their encounters with him. What do y'all want me to do with these people? I don't know what y'all want from me. I don't know what y'all want me to do. The man out here sexually assaulting people. He out here sexually assaulting people. Sir, sir, you're a nice looking young man. I'm sure in the greater St. Louis area, there's any number of people that you could have went out there and got it down with. Any number of people. Any number of people. But now you done lost your good government job. You done lost. They said you resigned, but at this point, do you even have a pension? You was there for like a year. You know, I mean, in most jobs, you got to be there a few years to be and get vested in before you get the pension and retirement. You under federal FBI investigation, bruh. You about to go to jail, and baby, they about to have a fucking field day. You going to prison, and they about to have a whole fucking field day. Baby, you wanted to stick your finger in booty shoots? Baby, you about to see what it feels like, because baby, they gonna have their way with you. You real hot yellow. You look kind of skinny too. Bro, they about to get their life off you. I hope you had fun. I hope it was worth it. He do kind of look like Carlos King a little bit. He do, Cassandra. Oh, I can't unsee that. Cassandra. He do look like Carlos King. He do. That do look like Carlos. Carlos, that's you. Girl. That do look like Carlos King, y'all. That do look like Carlos King. It do. Girl. Anyway, in politics news. Oh, I can't unsee that now, Cassandra. So Donald Trump done confirmed his short list for VPs. Y'all want to know what the short list is? Let me give you the short list. He was, talking to his people down to the Fox News, and Laura Ingraham asked him about this alleged list that she had. She started calling off names, and he said, yeah, those three. She had three names. She said Tim Scott of South Carolina, Vivek Ramaswamy, and Ron Governor death sentence. And he said, yep, all three of them are on my list. He also said, named three other names. Representative Byron Donalds out of Florida. We had heard his name. His name has been rumbling for a while. He's a black Republican out of Florida. Representative Byron Donalds, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem. Her name has been on the list for a minute, as well as Hawaii Representative Tulsi Gabbard, who served in Congress as a Democrat, but now has an officially shifted parties, but basically has been aligning with the Republicans for some time now. He say that's his short list. It's 6 names. Let me give you that again. Tim Scott, Mushmouth from Fat Albert. Vivek Ramaswamy, your resident frat boy douchebag of Asian descent. Governor death sentence Ron DeSantis. Representative Byron Donalds, your resident black man donning his Sambo slippers and doing his best step and fetch it routine for Donald Trump and his henchmen. Governor Christie Noam, I could say some horrible things about her, but I'm gonna keep it cute. And Representative Tulsi Gabbard, who's still a registered Democrat but has been aligning with the Republicans for some time. hmm That's who y'all got. That's his short list. That's his short list. What? Where's Mr. Pisces? Mr. Pisces, what you think about the short list? I don't like none of them, but all he's looking for is somebody that's going to do his bidding. I don't see Ron DeSantis making that list. I don't see the Hawaii lady making that list either. Representative Gabbard is not gonna make it. Um, no, that's not her. That Gabbard is out of Arizona. That's not her. And her husband is now is no, I'm thinking about the wrong lady, but the Gabbard you're thinking about is out of Arizona. Hey, L. Sid, what's going on? You ain't too late. We still on our sugar spike segments. So yeah, I think Byron Donalds and Christy Noam. Yeah, I'm thinking about Gifford. I'm thinking about Gifford. That's who I'm thinking about. Yes, Gifford, whose husband is the astronaut. And he's now a senator. Gifford. Um, Byron Donalds is a front runner. Mushmouth still may be considered, but the problem is Mushmouth ain't gonna get him no votes. So if he's gonna go black Republican, I could see him doing Byron Donaldson before he does um Byron Donalds before he does Mushmouth, Tim Scott. Christy Noam has been top at the top of the list too. Vivek Ramaswamy, he would like to get it, but Donald Trump is going to remember that he is the head of the Republican Party, and the Republican people don't like people of Middle Eastern descent. Let's just be clear. So, yeah, I don't see. So my two front runners are Governor Christie Noam and Representative Byron Donalds. Close third, maybe Tim Scott. Dear God, listen, y'all hold on one second. Sorry about that. Anyway, so yeah, Cams, what's your thoughts? Wesley Hunt of Texas? No, we talk about Byron Donalds of Florida. That's what we talk about. Cams, what are your thoughts? Like my political people to give their thoughts. In other news, in other political news, that is the legislature for the great state of Texas. Now, here's a bit of um hypocrisy. So the Georgia legislature, the Republican led legislature of the great state of Georgia, who's so hell bent on saying public schools should not should be forced not to teach anything involving gender, um anything involving gender or gender identity or queer theory or anything like that. You know, these same Republican ass people who've been very adamant. They got Moms for Liberty. They at every public school board meeting across the fruited plains anything about gender affirmations or gender identity or queer theory or anything. Well, these fucktards now have an issue with saying that private schools should fall under the same regulations because they have no problem with public schools doing that because they feel like, because remember, these are rich white folks who feel like public school is for the poor ass black and brown people who can't afford private school. So, public school, we will force y'all to learn what we think y'all should learn. But at our children's private school, we don't want no parts of that. So the GO party is split down the middle because they're saying that they don't want to put rules in place for private schools in Georgia that they have for public schools in Georgia. Public schools in Georgia can't teach all of those things. And so now there's legislation in the pipe saying that they're going to enforce the same thing for private schools, only to find out the Republicans have said, wait a minute, my daughter, my son should have the right to learn these things. And they're in private school. Don't mess with our private schools. That's for us rich white people. You can't tell us rich white people what we have to learn, but we can tell the poor people what they need to learn. That's what we got going on in the great state of Georgia, if you should need them. Hey, everybody coming in, make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit subscribe. Well, he doesn't like to answer your question, Therese. He doesn't like governor death sentence, but if governor death sentence can help him secure some votes, he'll that's why he's on the list, because governor death sentence he thinks can help him secure some votes. Yeah, the hypocrisy at its best. Let's move on. It's time for our Black History Moment of the Day. Black History Moment of the Day. Black History Moment of the Day. We have two Black History moments of the day. The first one is this wonderful woman that you see here. Her name is Gladys Bentley. Gladys Bentley. She was born in Philadelphia. From age 9, she began stealing her brother's suits, claiming to be more comfortable in boys' clothing. At age 16, she ran away from home to Harlem, New York, after feeling restrained. There, she chased her dreams of being a musician. Despite creating a name for herself and seeing small successes in nightclubs and other venues, Bentley struggled to find mainstream success due to her appearance. Her strides would not go in vain. She was just ahead of her time. Decades later, we would see more and more performers bending gender and finding huge success, mostly in part due to the doors that she opened. And if you learn the story of Gladys Bentley, she was a proud lesbian. She was proud. She escaped to Harlem. If you know the history of the Harlem at that time, Harlem was really they talk about the Harlem Renaissance and the arts and everything that was going on there. But if you really look into the story of those people involved with the Harlem Renaissance, that was really a gay mecca. Harlem was a black gay mecca at that time. And most of those people that you saw involved with the Harlem Renaissance and that were involved in the arts and writing and music and entertainment and all of them, many of them were LGBTQ, and they went to Harlem because it was a safe space. They could be around each other and have safety, getting away from some of the more bigoted places where they left. So that's a quick story of, because I know we ain't got that much time, of Gladys Bentley, way before her time, way before her time. The next story from Black History is from my area, which is Miami. Many of you all know Fisher Island, right? Many of you all have heard of Fisher Island. That's the rich island off of that's technically in between Miami Beach and the mainland Miami. Fisher Island is, you to go over to Fisher Island, you got to go over the bridge, and then you got to go through the guard gate. And if you ain't got no reason to be there, you can't be there. Only the richest of rich celebrities, people who are in who have 9-figure net worths and things, stay there. Like, you got to have some money to stay on Fisher Island. Well, they try to keep a lot of us black people. Most black people you see on Fisher Island now are usually athletes or entertainers or celebrities that have a lot of money. Well, The whole island of Fisher Island used to be owned by D.A. Dorsey, Dana Albert Dorsey. We call him D.A. Dorsey in Miami, who was Miami's first black millionaire. He built housing and reinvested his money to create wealth for himself. He was able to amass a real estate empire and will become Miami's first black millionaire. He built his own historic home in 1915 at a time when black residents were shut out of housing in Miami. Dorsey was able to get a large portfolio of property. He sold land to the city of Miami amid segregation to be used as a park for black residents in the city. He built his own I'm sorry, I read that part. Dorsey built a library for black people in Miami and donated land for schools for black students. He donated land to build Miami's first black high school, which is now D.A. Dorsey Technical College. And that's down the street from where I grew up. That's on 71st Street, and I grew up on 68 Terrace. So it's right up the street from where I grew up. In 1918, he purchased Fisher Island to form a company for the development of the tract as a high as a high color as a high class colored resort and subdivision with a hotel, cottages for well-to-do men of his own race, and boats to convey them back and forth between the mainland and the island, so there would be no conflict of races in the project. And that's according to the Miami Daily Metropolis at that time. Now, he did what a lot of black people did. He became a millionaire at that time, which would have been worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and said, bitch, I'm going to buy my own island and get away from you fuckers. Y'all got too much going on. And he went and bought that island. And then, white people began to be white people. However, Dorsey sold the island after a year and a half to Carl Fisher, who was developing Miami Beach at the time. Who was developing Miami Beach at the time. Quote, there were some issues where he could not build and expand Fisher Island. One was that it was on the east side of the railroad tracks. And at that time, Henry Flagler designated the east side of the railroad tracks for white people and the west side of the railroad tracks for black people. And if you know the story of Miami and Henry Flagler, when he built Flagler had the train that would go from Jacksonville to Miami. When he built that railroad track, if you was on the east side, which was close to the water, you had to be white. If you were on the west side of the railroad track, you had to be that was for black people. And since Fisher Island was on the east side, the white people started to be white people and not let him do what he needed to do to make this island for him and the other black people. And then there's that. So yeah, I learned a lot about him growing up because he is he's one of our big people in black history in Miami. All right, let's get to some pop culture. Let's start at list. Let's unpack Tiffany Haddish as fast as I can in about 5 minutes. Tiffany Haddish went over there to Israel, Ryan. She took to Instagram live yesterday to tell fans that she was headed to Israel for an educational trip, right? She said she wanted to go see stuff for her own eyes. She said she was heading to the war-torn area to meet her future man while she was sipping on whatever she was drinking. I'm assuming it was some alcohol, even though you just got a DUI. Ma'am, over in Israel right now is a lot of shit going on. This ain't the time for you to be taking pleasure trips over to Israel talking about, oh, I'm finna go meet my future man. Bitch, find you something to do with your damn self. Like, what is wrong with her? She talked about she gonna learn about the politics and everything over there. Baby, you are not the one who need. Who gonna tell her that we don't want her to go over there. We don't want her to go over there and do anything for it. We don't want her to go over there and do anything. There are tens of thousands of people who have died, tens of thousands of children who have been murdered at the hands of the Israeli government and this whole genocide that they're having over in Gaza. This ain't the time for you and your jokes. This is not a joking matter. What the fuck is going on over there, ma'am? Where you have tens of thousands of people. We're over 30,000 people that have died over there. We're well over 15,000 children that have died over there, that have been slaughtered and murdered at the hands of Benjamin Netanyahu and the Israeli government and their genocide. I told y'all, go back and look at my videos. Some of y'all been here with me since October. If you remember when I came live after this whole thing happened, did I not say from day one, this ain't about getting rid of Hamas. This is about occupation. I told y'all from day one. From day one, were we not over here screaming that this was not about genocide? This was about occupation. And what do we see going on over there? We see a whole ass occupation because they started in the north and y'all need to go south to the middle part of the country. The people moved to the middle, then they started bombing the middle part of the country. Then people, they said you need to go to the south. They started bombing the southern part of the country. Then they said, well, you need to go to Rafah because that's the most southernmost part and that's the last place we ain't gonna bomb. And what do we see they bombing now? Rafah. They bombed the whole place. This is about occupation. They're never going to give up that land back to Gaza. You're dreaming. This is about occupation. This is about ethnic cleansing. This is about a whole genocide of a people. And we don't need you and your fuck shit and bullshit, Tiffany Haddish. We don't need to hear your jokes about it. We don't need to hear about you going over there. You don't have no business going over there. Ma'am, you're going to go over there and get what you're looking for, okay? You're going to fuck around and find out. I don't have this type of time I'm getting triggered because y'all know I try not to talk about the Israel-Hamas situation because I start to get triggered because I find that these yet to be United States of America and your president, Joseph Robinette, is funding this. Joseph Robinette has the blood of tens of thousands of people, men, women, and children on his hands because he's funded this genocide over there, because he's given Israel their arsenal, because he's continued to fund them, continue to turn a blind eye. You've even had the UN try to make resolutions and put all of these in place to stop it, only to have the United States government purposefully say, we're going to veto this because we know if we veto it, it won't go through. Let me that's y'all girl, Beyonce. Beyonce done hit number one. Her country song that hit number one. Beyonce says, please put some respect on my name. Know who the fuck I am. I told you I was gonna put this country song out. It done went to number one. Don't fuck with me. A shout out to Beyonce. We put in the members only chat. I put in the members only chat the link to some other people, some other black people who've been in the country music industry for some time now, putting in the work, doing they thug dizzle over there in the country music sector. And I put the link in the members only chat where you can see, some great black men and women that's over there doing the goddamn thing. Now, I call what Beyonce doing cosplay. That's what I call it. I call it cosplay because she seemed like she's cosplaying, but whatever. I'm gonna let her have that. But I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Hold on, y'all. Let me put the link in the chat if I can. Hold on. If I can find, or if one of my hall monitors can please put the link to that the link that I put in the chat with all of those, because it was some great artists that we had that was on that post on IG. If one of the hall monitors can put that link in the chat for me from the members only chat that I put up earlier today. So shout out to Beyonce. I'm not gonna hate on Beyonce. Shout out to her. She has the #1 country album. Good shit, Beyonce. Now I'm here for Beyonce. Anytime you can bust white people across the head and put your foot on their neck, I'm here for you, Beyonce. Beehive, notwithstanding, get the fuck away from me, Beehive. People, I ain't got time for y'all fuck shit today, Beehive. I'm over here trying to get this woman her props once for once. Leave me the hell alone, Beehive. I'm here for you, Beyonce. If you're gonna be over here in your cosplay and you're gonna keep your foot on the necks of the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains, we're here for it. Shout out to you, Beyonce. #1 country song. Here for it. Here for all of it. Now, That's all. That's as good as it's gonna get over here. I came over here. I gave y'all girls some props. Don't tell me nothing. Care. Care. Jason, can you find that link and put it in the chat for me? So some of the other so the members of the people watching can go and see some of those people. I'm trying to see if I can get it. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can get it. Hold on. Uh-huh. Anyway, shout out to Beyonce. It's gonna take me too long, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, that's it right there. All right, there we go. I got it. Oh, y'all don't put it already. I'm over here. I couldn't see because I was over here trying to find it. Y'all don't put it already. All right. Thank you so much, Yana. Thank you so much, Jason. So y'all go check these people out. These people been in the game for a while. You know, Beyonce can come over here and cosplay as a country artist, but you got some real black people, not K Michelle, but some real. We've always had black people. You know, black people created country music. Let's just be clear. So we got some real black people over there doing the goddamn thing over there. So y'all get them a listen, get them a stream, download their shit too. You know, congratulations Beyonce on being number one. But go over there and support some of them other black people that's been over there for a while. They've been in the game for a minute. They've been putting in the work, putting in the time, effort, and energy. They ain't cosplaying. This is really them. So while I can say congratulations, Beyonce, Yana and Jason put the link in the chat. Um, so y'all can go follow those other black people that's over there doing the goddamn thing over there. All right, Beyonce, that's enough. I can't do too much, you know, with her. Anyway, so Floyd Mayweather says that he won't speak bad about Puff Daddy because he's still a black man and mistakes happen. That's what he said. Let me give you the exact quote. I'm not going to speak bad about P. Diddy because he's still a black man. Mistakes happen. And I can't say if it is or if it's not a mistake, but things happen in life. And business P. Diddy business is P. Diddy business. It's not my job or anyone else's job to go on the internet and stop him and kick a man when he's down. My take on it is it's not my business. I don't think it's right. It's right at all, and I don't condone it. Even if that happened to my daughter, get this. Even if that happened to my daughter, I would be hurt, but that's the choice that my daughter made. So I don't want to kick nobody while they're down. End of quote. What do y'all want me to do with that? I mean, what really do y'all want me to do with that? I wonder what in everything that is holy do y'all want me to do with that? Because I have no idea. I have no idea what y'all want me to do with that. Y'all want me to read the quote? Because maybe somebody in the back did not hear me. Let me read the quote again. Quote. I'm not going to speak bad about P. Diddy because he's still a black man. Mistakes happen, and I can't say if it is or if it's not a mistake, but things happen in life. And P. Diddy business is P. Diddy business. It's not my job or anyone else's job to go on the internet and stomp him and kick a man when he's down. My take on it is it's not my business. I don't think it's right at all, and I don't condone it. Even if that happened to my daughter, I would be hurt, but that's the choice that my daughter made. So I don't want to kick anybody. I don't want to kick nobody while they're down. End of quote. Mind you, this is a man that has multiple domestic violence charges. Multiple. Mind you, this is a man whose fucking daughter stabbed a pregnant woman in the stomach. That's him. I should remind you of that. I mean, what do y'all want me to do with that? Kick a black man while they're down? So we give no credence, no understanding for the women that were assaulted, no understanding for the victims here. We all about P Diddy, right? I don't know what y'all want from me. I don't know what y'all want from me. I don't. The man said if it was his daughter, he would be hurt, but she made her own decision. Wait, what? I This is what happens when you get punched in the head over and over and over and over and over in your life. When you spend years in the ring getting punched in the head over and over and over and over, this is what happened. Go with God. I'm getting triggered. Go with God, sir. Go with God. I don't have time. Go with God. I can't. I can't. Don't even go with God. Go to hell. I can't even tell you to go with God. Go to hell. Go straight to hell. Just go straight to goddamn hell. What do y'all want me to do with that? Can somebody tell me if Really B is live? Y'all tell me if she live. Because I know she usually goes live around this time. Let me know if she's live already. So what else I got over here? Monica said, don't question her. She ain't had no BBL. Leave her the hell alone. Leave her the hell alone. She ain't had no goddamn BBL. What the fuck y'all asking her for? She said, please understand, I'm from Bankhead, not Bughead. I will fuck you up. Don't ask me no stupid ass questions. Leave me the fuck alone or I will fuck you up. That's what the woman said. I mean, not in so many words. I'm kind of paraphrasing there, but that's kind of what she said. Don't be asking me those stupid ass questions. That's what she said. Moving on, Monica, I don't care. So, that's Northwest, daughter of Kanye West and Kim Kardashian skank. So she hit the Billboard Hot 100 with her single Talking, and now is one of the youngest artists to chart on Billboard's Hot 100. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. She's 10 years old and she has her first hit on the Billboard Top 100. Shout out to Northwest. I ain't gonna hate on you because your mama's a whole ass skank and your daddy's certifiable. That ain't your fault, Northwest. Girl, we rooting for you. Because sometimes the best people, the smartest people, the most talented people come from some fuck shit. Your mama's a whole ass skank and your daddy is certifiable. But we rooting for you, Northwest, because despite all of that, like a phoenix, you will rise to the top. We're rooting for you, Northwest. I hope nothing but good for her. I am so happy that that girl, is grounded. She seems to be grounded. She seems to, still be, having it together. So we're rooting for her. We're rooting for her. She has something scheduled for 8:30. Okay. Yeah. We're rooting for you, Northwest. Listen, we here for it. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else rooting for Northwest? Your mama is a skank. Your dad is certifiable. And yet and still, you still manage to keep it together. Girl, we proud of you, girl. That's an act of God right there. We proud of you. Child. You say she read her mama for filth on the regular because her mama's a whole ass skank whore. I'm just saying. Child. Bless her. Bless their hearts. Bless their heart. In our final story of the day. Now, yesterday we talked about Jaden Smith. He was all over the news. I told y'all yesterday, nobody believed that he had a girlfriend. He tried to put up pictures. He's still putting up pictures today of his girlfriend, trying to convince the people that he got a girlfriend. Well, his boyfriend, his real boyfriend, said, I would not be outdone. So the real boyfriend said, well, fuck that. You gonna be in the news? I'm gonna be in the news too. So the real boyfriend put out um his line, his Louis Vuitton line. It looked kind of cute. He got some cute stuff there that I would, possibly get. So let me see if I can make this bigger. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Bigger. All right, there you go. I think it's kind of cute. That's Tyler the Creator, y'all. That's Jaden Smith, the real boo thing. Hey, Crispies. Hey, Crispies, my love. That's Jaden Smith, the real. That's the real boyfriend. Okay, that man, that mayonnaise mama that you got over there, she ain't that ain't that ain't your girlfriend. Child, we know. This your real boo. And your real boo said, I ain't gonna just let you take the news cycle without putting out some. So I'm just gonna put out my Louis Vuitton line. And he put it out. Now it's kind of cute. He got some items here that I know I would wear. The one in the center square is cute to me. That jacket with that suitcase, that's cute for me. Center square, the whole right side. If I'm playing tic-tac-toe, the whole right column. So top right, center right, bottom right, all of them I would rock. hmm The only one that I don't kind of like is left center. The one on the left side, but in the center, the little Asian looking guy with the blue sweater. I don't like that. That one I don't really like. I don't really care for. The other ones they okay, but that whole right hand row, I'm here for. I rock that. I rock that. That's cute. That's cute. Yeah, he says Pharrell help him put this together, and y'all know I'm a huge Tyler the Creator fan. I just give me a good hour. Just give me a good hour with Tyler the Creator, y'all. Y'all hear me? Because Jada don't know what he doing with that. Jada don't know what he doing with that. Jada don't know what he doing with that. I'm just saying. I mean, why would Tyler the Creator sign Jaden's NDA? Tyler the Creator is technically a bigger star than Jaden. I'm just saying. Catherine Powell, how you doing, boo? Rolling up in here. I see you. I see you. But yes. Yeah, just give me 5 minutes with Jade or with Tyler the Creator. Just give me not 5 minutes. I need about an hour. Give me a good hour and we'll be all right. Good hour. Anyway, but yeah, he said he would not be undone. I like some of these things, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this whole this whole right side right here, this whole top right, center right, bottom right, I rock all of those. All of those. That yellow jacket right there is sickening, honey. Listen, I got some things I do with that yellow jacket. This sweater right here is all me. And I love me a good hoodie. Anytime you can give me a hoodie, I'm here for a hoodie. Hoodies will always work for me. So I'm here for it, Tyler the Creator. I'm here for it. I am here for it. Cha. Girl, that's all we got today, y'all. That is all we got today. Let me check and make sure I cleared the dossier. The dossier is clear. We cleared the dossier today, y'all, in record time. I sure didn't think I was gonna finish. But we got it in an hour and a half. That was really like 2.5 hours worth of stuff. I could have really broke down. I ain't breaking down like I want to, but child, I really wanted to get through those sugar spike stories because, like I said, I don't think I've devoted enough time to my politics and my serious stuff. We got some stuff to vote about. Georgia, y'all see what's going on over there in Georgia. Alabama, you see what's going on over there in Alabama. I gave y'all that short list of running mates that Cheeto Man said that he had. We talked about some serious things. That IVF stuff I can see that IVF stuff becoming really serious because a lot of states are going to adopt that and try to go with that. Listen, I'm going to be over on Darren's channel. For those people who can come, I'm going to be on Darren Green's channel. Um, at 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, I'm supposed to be over on Darren Green's channel. I think Medusa might show up and talk some stuff with us. So if you can, if one of my mods, if you can find, or one of my hall monitors, I should say, if you can find Darren Green's channel and put it in the chat, I would greatly appreciate that. Um, I am not gonna. I'm telling y'all now, I am not gonna be here for Silly Saturday on Saturday. I gotta take care of some stuff. So I might do, if I can do it tonight, if I if I get some time tonight, I'm not gonna make no promises, but I may can do an abbreviate kind of pseudo Silly Saturday tomorrow. If I can find some time tonight, because y'all know Silly Saturday takes a lot of production. But I gotta go out of I'm going home to Miami from um Friday night, and I won't be back until Tuesday morning. So I have some stuff to handle. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go do that. So if I can get to it, if I can get some stuff done tonight, and I can do a, I'm not making no promises. I told you I ain't making no promises. But if I can't, then we'll do a regular live tomorrow, and then we'll be back on Tuesday. We'll be back on Tuesday. So anyway, as I always say, I love y'all. Oh, I forgot. We need Darren's channel. Hold on. Let me see. The Darren. There we are. All right. Here's the live. All right. Here is the link to Darren's live tonight at 8 o'clock. That's the link to Darren's live. So if you are so inclined, join us at 8 o'clock on Darren Green's channel. I know they said Really B's not going live to 8:30, so at least join us for the first 30 minutes if you can. And if you want to stick around, you can. And stick with us. And we probably won't. I think we're only going to about 9 o'clock. We'll do about an hour and get on off of there. Anyway, as I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. Thank y'all so much for rocking over here with me. Make sure, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button. If you are so inclined, I did not have my banner up, did I? If you are so inclined, you are welcome to always patronize the channel by donating to the channel. Um, we thank any and everybody who makes donations. Listen, y'all been rocking with me. We don't got some new people that's been coming around. Hey, new people, how are you all? We love y'all too. Y'all don't have to stay in the bushes. Y'all can fall out the bushes. This is a safe space. This is the corner. This is the one channel you could do anything and say anything right here. You know, this is the corner. We say anything right here. So we get away with a lot around here. So always feel safe over here. Always feel like you can always have your voice added. I'm about to get up out of here to try and get me something to eat before I have to go live again with Darren. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. I see y'all in about an hour. Bye, y'all.